another alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're going to be searching the hydrogen line. That's the yellow line at the top of the screen. It's the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize that if ET is out there, this is the place that they would put that message. And over the years, we have had some very interesting signals on this very frequency. So that is what we are going to be hunting and looking at tonight. Should we get ourselves live across all of the other platforms? Let's get ourselves going. And actually, let's turn off all of these things. There we go. Alright. Almost there. Where's my buttons? GWAC, how are you doing? You're already in. That is very quick. Let's get ourselves alive here as well. So yeah, we're going to be doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight, searching the hydrogen line. That's the channel on the radio dial, the yellow line at the top of the screen, that scientists theorize that if ET is out there, this is the place that they would put the hello. Is anybody else out there? Message. Carl's in. How you doing? Over the years, there have been a number of really interesting signals detected on this frequency, and hopefully tonight, as we pass over a star that has a planet in its orbit, hopefully we will get that message there from them. Good to see you in, Carl, as well, and thank you for all those likes. I see them coming up. All those likes and those shares helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And Mohsen as well, how are you doing there? DJ is in, getting the crew together. How is everyone's weekends gone? Appreciate those likes, guys. So yeah, we're doing another alien radio signal hunt. I was hoping that the weather would play a ball for us tonight to do a Skywatch, but sadly not. So we're here, we're out listening for potential alien radio signals coming in from beyond the stars. That program, I'll have to watch another episode. Oh, what was that one? I've totally forgotten there, GWAC. I'm so behind on the TV. Leanne has been hogging it lately there. Slight signal on the hydrogen line. Oh, actually, eagle eye spot in there, Carl. So we've already got something here. So this is our background. This whole bit here is the background there noise of the universe. It's the sound you can hear behind the music. Scientists think it is the remnants of the Big Bang there. How cool is that? But we've got an interference signal here, this little ridge. Local, probably electronic interference is what's causing that there. But what Carl's noticed here is right where we would expect to see a signal. We're seeing another slight ridge as well. But what could it be? So I don't necessarily think it's going to be alien unless it disappears. We've only been on for a short period of time. But any any signals that we do receive, we would expect to see them for only between 30 and 90 seconds. And that is how quickly the Earth rotates there means that the dish will be sweeping across the sky, passing on over and off of a target. And as well, DJ, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. And it all goes back into the stream. But how has everyone's weekend been there? Oh, well, Strange, that was it, Maestries. Was it? I find a lot of the mainstream programs they always kind of go over the same sort of stuff. Angela's in, hello. They always go over the same sort of stuff, and it kind of hooks you in and go, yeah, I want to hear more about this. But then they don't fulfill, do they? Thank you, sir. I do appreciate that. Oh, and Carl as well.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan there. First alien pets for Alan of the night. They never quite push it far enough for there. Thank God we've got the internet these days. I remember as a kid being so frustrated watching the same thing about the Bermuda Triangle 100 times, wanting desperately to know more. But now there's lots of great creators out there that will go into the specifics and the details there. Very short clips, a bit like dash cam crashes, the setup program. I get ya. Well, at least it's some new stuff. At least it's some new stuff there as well. So yeah, we're going to be searching this frequency here. So this is the channel on the radio dial called the hydrogen line, and it is where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear any messages from another alien civilization out there. And over the years, we've detected a handful of really good signals from this frequency. Most notably, the WOW signal detected back in the late 1970s there, only a few years after we as humans sent a message saying, hey, we're from Earth, we're carbon-based life form, etc., etc. But it's not not the only signal. It's one of the most well-known because it is such a good example of what we'd expect, or where we would expect it there as well. But yeah, it's not the only one. In fact, even our closest stellar neighbour, Proxima Centauri, is meant to be a candidate for sending us signals if you've got the right equipment there. Joseph, how are you doing there? I'm not Joseph. Is there a new Doctor Who on? I gave up. I'm so bad at keeping up with main TV. I'm awful at it these days there. I didn't know the new one. I'm so far behind. One of the podcasts I manage for work is Doctor Who related, so I tend to find out about all the new stuff about a week after it's come out. I should know more. Marcus is in as well, Angela as well, and Cinder. How are you guys doing? Where are you all joining us from tonight? Do say hello, and thank you for the heart, Marcus. We will be doing the passports. A few of you guys will be getting some extra stamps tonight, but we'll do that in about 20 minutes once we've got the stream properly rolling and got everybody in and sorted. There. Stamps, AJ. You'll get your stamps. Don't you worry. I've tried to organise them a bit better there. Good evening, Marcus. Good to see you in tonight there. Does this setup cost a bit to get? GW, not that much, actually. I mean, it's more. It depends really on budgets, but we're talking hundreds, not thousands. The radio side of things, because radio, this is why it's a great place to listen for alien radio signals, because it's actually quite efficient and it's quite accessible, and even sort of technologically speaking there, radio comes quite quickly in that sort of technological development tree. So that is why we do theorise that even though it might be a little bit antiquated for a species that could traverse the galaxy, maybe even bend gravity to their will, they would probably still use a radio for reaching out because of that accessibility. But that also goes well for us there as well. So the actual software at the top of the screen, this bit here is free. That's your receiver part of it as well, and then sort of your dish and your actual radio. I mean, you can get the actual radio dongle that you plug your dish in and then goes into the computer for about 40 quid there, and then it's all about sort of the extra stuff that you want to do there. I every time I say it, G-Whack is there in the head. I will interchange it, because I'm a nightmare for it. But yeah, it's quite accessible. It's quite accessible. But like anything, you can kind of get carried away. The higher the budget, there's always somebody willing to sell you something there, and I know I'm a sucker for it there. And Marcus, thank you for feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Hello, Donna, as well. And Alan says hello to Donna as well. I hope you've both had a great weekend. They're settling in. And if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, and hopefully we're going to pass over a star with a planet that is inhabited by intelligent life choosing to send us a signal. It's a bit of a right place, a right time, but it does happen, and the more hours we put in doing it, the more our statistical odds of receiving a signal increase. Over the years, there have been a handful of really, really interesting signals that we cannot fully debunk as potentially alien radio signals there. Obviously the WOW signal, everybody's favourite, but a new one for me is the Ross 128 signal. Now officially the understanding is it's probably interference. It's probably a local electronic interference or a satellite or something like that, but the word there is probably. They haven't actually been able to prove that, or even that it is likely. They just cannot prove that it is definitely coming from an alien source. But what is really interesting in particular about that signal is it's coming from a star quite close by, Ross 128, a red dwarf star, about 11 light years from us. That's quite close. It's on the same stellar street to us. So it's very, very interesting. But what's not just its proximity to us, but we also know of a planet in orbit of that star in its habitable zone, which is very, very interesting there. So maybe we've got a source for those signals. Dave, hello, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight? So we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt, searching on the hydrogen line there. The frequency, the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise we're most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. That is the yellow line at the top of the screen. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled, and we're going to be listening out for those signals coming in. And you can kind of hear that is actually the sounds coming in live. So we do get the signal. You will hear what it sounds like there. I was going to say what it says, but actually translating it and understanding it, decoding it would be a whole other barrier there. Maybe we've got absolutely no chance of doing that, understanding an alien language. there. But good to see everybody, and say hello in the chat as well if you're joining us. Let us know where you're watching from tonight as well. So yeah, as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing on over and off of a target there, sending us a signal. But yeah, right place at right time is the deal with this. The frequency, though, this is going in our favour. The frequency of these signals does seem to be increasing. They used to initially be like sort of once every couple of decades. So very, very, very rare. But they kind of got to decades. And now we're in the 2020s. They seem to be multiple per decade, especially 2017, 18, and 19. We were getting stuff yearly there as well. So, is that a sign that our technology is improving and therefore we're able to hear more fainter signals, or is ET getting a little bit more active there as well? Loving the stickers there, Carl, and guys, if you do like our stream stickers, we've got a limited number left in our TikTok shop, physical ones for your notebooks and stuff there, a little bit of a novelty. Nemo, hello, thank you for the likes there. It is those likes and shares that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And light, ever since I was born, I've always, oh, it scrolled ahead of me there. I've always looked up to be why did I get sent here, and waiting for something. I think a lot of people in our community kind of feel similar to that. What is the purpose? What is the meaning? Surely it can't always be random there. Where are you joining us from, Light, there as well? To pick you up from here. Yeah, definitely a few of our guys would agree with that one, I fear, as well. And Nemo, good to see you. Hope your weekend has been going well. Paul is in as well. They're getting the crew together tonight. So we're doing another live alien radio signal hunt tonight. As the Earth rotates there, our dish will sweep across the sky, pass over on and off of hopefully a target star that's going to be sending us a signal. So currently the closest star we've got in range of our dish is a star called Difta. They're DIPHDA, and it is 96.3 light years away from us. So 96.3 light years means that if we were to get a signal right now come up on the screen, it was sent 96.3 years ago. So that's quite a long time ago. What does that put us in, about 1930? Yeah. So it's a long old time there. We don't know of any exoplanets in orbit. Now, an exoplanet is just basically a planet that's not in our solar system. So we haven't been able to see that there are any planets around the star, but we do think it is likely. It's actually quite hard. We're only just starting to get the technology where we can see these light years away, you know? We can see the objects in orbit around that there. So where are we in the chat as well there? Have you had any signals yet? Good question. So we personally haven't. We've had some strange activity, but probably more celestial event there, because nature's very noisy in radio, always making weird noises there. You can tune into the planets and things like that. Radio is quite busy for nature, and that's one of the things we do have to filter out if we do get any signals in. We have to learn what is nature and what is potentially a technical signature and what's human made as well. But yeah, they're quite rare, but it just means that when we do get one, then it is like winning the lottery there. 93. Oh, it's 96.3 light years away. It's 96.3. Almost though. There. And you're right, 1 light year does take 1 year there. So that is for the speed of light, but also for the speed of the electromagnetic sort of wave spectrum there. So it applies for that as well. Space waves. Space wave, I'm not sure on that one, but the radio waves that travel through us are there. But yeah, so that is what we are doing tonight. We're going to be listening out for those potential alien radio signals that are coming in from across the star. Again, they're very, very rare, but they do happen, and the frequency of them does seem to be increasing there. I mean, it's getting quite contested, actually. As I said, one of my favourites is obviously the WOW signal. Most people know about that one. It was heard back in the late 1970s there, and it was everything we would expect from an alien radio signal. It was technological in nature, so it wasn't organic, didn't come from space or the stars in that sense. But it appeared to be very thin, very precise, very technological, say how an intelligent signal would look. And it also didn't appear to be coming from anywhere near Earth or any of our sort of stuff. So that is what we are looking for, really, is similar signals like that. But there have been other ones since there as well. Now let's have a check here, there. Oh no, I'm up to date. Over there. It could interfere with space waves to change it. Oh, so yeah, there are lots of things that can get in the way. These are long, vast distances. You're very right there, vast distances. And in fact, if we were to say receive a signal from Difta that is in range of our dish, there are many stars in range of our dish, but Difta is the closest one at 96. 6.3 light years there. It would take a minimum of 104.31 gigawatts of power. That's a vast amount of power for us to get that signal and receive it clearly here above that background noise. But yeah, because these distances are so vast, things can get in the way there, and also the energy will dissipate. It's kind of like shouting like across a room. There, you know, you need a louder voice to travel further, or if it's a busier environment, you can need a louder voice even more to get over that background noise, aren't you, there? And it's kind of like the same with radio waves as well. We might actually be getting a signal in, but because it's so faint, it might be getting lost in amongst all of this background noise here. The background noise of the universe. So you'll see a red box pop up every now and again. And what that's doing is that's analysing that background noise, and it's looking for signs that there may be a faint signal there, maybe signs of encoding, repetition, modulation, anything that could say, hey, maybe there's a faint signal that is coming over to us still, that is just getting lost there as well. But lots of things, yeah, can interfere with that. Have you tried looking at 3i Atlas Light? We did. We can't at the minute because it's still a bit further around for us from where our dish is, but when we started doing this over the summer, we were pointing this at the Sagittarius constellation, and we're mainly doing that because that is where the WOW signal was detected back in the 1970s. So we were re-listening for that every night, basically. But it was also, coincidentally, the same patch of sky that 3i Atlas was coming to us from. So we spent quite a few weeks on its approach there until it got very close for us listening. We didn't hear anything there, but there are people now listening, and it is making radio signals, but natural, organic radio signals that are being heard at the minute. We haven't had any actual, so we didn't detect anything either there. And Paul is in. How are we doing, matey? Good to see you in there. And liquid is see-through. Water and space acts like the opposite of water. They are not quite following, but I mean, space is different obviously to water there. Water is obviously very, very dense, and space is a near vacuum, so in that sense it is totally the opposite. Warm is densely packed molecules, and space is very, very few there, so there isn't that medium for sound, verbal sound, to travel, to traverse there, and that is why radio waves have to carry that signal there. But if you shout in space, I mean, not only are you gonna, you know, not be able to breathe, but yeah, that vibration cannot travel because it is a vacuum there. And Donald, how you doing there? We got a signal. We do, but it is, sadly, it's a bit of interference, and we know this because we've had it a few times before, and because of the time period that it is here on stream with us, this bit here. So because the Earth rotates, it does mean that our dish will only be on, over and off a target for between 30 and 90 seconds at these distances. So if we see something quicker, it's likely something flying in front of our dish there, like a satellite or a plane. If we see something like this that's been with us the whole time, that is more likely that the source of that signal is here with us, either in the room or with the dish or next to the equipment, something like that. But you're right, we are getting a signal, and there's a slight bit of activity right on the line, but it has been there the whole time there. Harco and Tomcat are in. We'll be doing the stamps in a bit. We're just going to get the stream rolling a bit, so hopefully we'll get you there. You probably already got one there, Harco. Your star sign, lots of our group are Sagittarius. There does seem to be a connection there. 5th December, well, happy birthday for them. That's only a couple of days ago. I hope you had a great time on that one. How can the sun burn in water or a vacuum? So, because it is a good question there. So on Earth, the fire there needs oxygen to fuel it, but the sun actually is a fusion reaction there. So it's actually basically the pressure of itself that causes that one. I mean, I barely get my head around the science of it, but that is disputed, you know. I mean, that is the mainstream accepted of what's going on with the sun and with space, but there are some interesting other sideways arguments there that maybe argue there's something a little bit different going on, and I'm all for hearing those there. Oh, it's the opposite of water, but it acts like water because it's got more gases there. I'm following you there. And B is in. How are you doing? How's your weekend going there as well? Sagittarius family, exactly. Oh, Carl, yours is coming up then. You'll have to remind me on the day because I will totally forget. But Alan might remember there. December 21st. Oh, I'm gonna have to get little birthday cards from Alan, aren't I? That's what we're gonna have to do for you guys. How is everyone getting on? B, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. It all goes back into the stream. So, guys, we do something like this every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing this at the live alien radio signal hunt. If it's a clear sky, though, we do a live UFO, UAP Skywatch there. We see all the weird and wonderful things flying around in the night sky over Wiltshire here in the UK. Or if the moon's at full, as it has been recently, there's some footage there. We see all the craters and the details of the moon there and talk about how weird and wonderful it is. Do make sure you're following. Hopefully get those notifications when we go live. And Paul, thank you for the likes. It is those likes, those shares, you guys tapping away that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together there. And Paul as well, thank you for the heart there. 32 just turned. Congratulations and happy birthday for that. Alan says happy birthday. Our little streamer mascot there, and me just digging into this 50 Cent documentary. I haven't seen that one. I don't even think I've seen it advertised, but then I'm not that up on my popular culture. I just sit in this green room all the time talking about aliens. Who else we got in there tonight? Do say hello if you're joining. Let us know where you're watching from, and how do you feel about the alien phenomena there? Are we all alone? Is what we're doing pointless here? Or is alien life out there? Maybe it's even abundant, and maybe we're even getting visited there. It's a whole spectrum of belief, and it's all welcome. We'd love to hear everybody's points of view around that one. And also, if you've got any experiences with the phenomena directly, we'd love to hear about that one too. So, there. Laura Lass, hello. Seeing you in there as well. We'll be doing the stamps for the passports in a minute. We might get that to a rolling soon. The Reckoning. Oh dear, oh God. I'm not sure if I want to read about him. The world's upsetting enough. There. But yeah, so if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt. We are searching the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line at the top of the screen. It's a channel on the radio dial there that scientists theorise we're most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. So back in the 1970s, we heard probably our best candidate as one of these, which was the wow signal. They're heard right where that yellow line is at the top of the screen. They're all of the hallmarks of an intelligent technological signal, not from this earth, but it hasn't repeated. But we also haven't spent that long looking and listening for that signal again. They have done it a bit, but not that much, and you really don't know when they're going to be sending these signals. It's unlikely to be constantly. They're very energy incumbent there, but we only sent our one as a species once. That was in the early 1970s, only a few years before we received the wow signal. But we only sent it once as a species ourselves. So why would ET necessarily send it more than that? But it still hasn't been disproven to this day. And B,
Nom. Thanks, guys.
thank you for feeding Alan there. Where are we? There. It's not an easy doc to watch. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have been fine with that a few years ago, but now these days, just the world feels a bit too, there is it. Is this the same tech that they got the wow signal? So technically, this is a bit more advanced because that was actually quite limited, and it's a very good question there, because one of the frustrating things is people go, well, what did the wow signal say there? What did it sound like even? But it wasn't recorded. All that was recorded from that radio telescope is that there was a signal, how strong it was, what frequency it came on, sort of how long it lasted, that sort of stuff there. It wasn't like this now where we're actually recording the sound. So in some senses it was better equipment because it was bigger and therefore more sensitive, can hear quieter signals. But this in another way is more advanced because we're doing all the analysis live across multiple frequencies there now. And you guys can't see it over here on TikTok, but over elsewhere at the Thing UFO, you get to see the horizontal view, and in a second, there you go. Look, you can actually see there's more going on in the screen there for more analysis and things. So behind me, for TikTokers, there's a live sky map there, and it shows where a dish is pointing, what stars are going to be in range of that, and it updates as the night moves on there. And up to the middle left there, we're doing the waveform analysis. That is actually taking the sound of the signal there, comparing it to past signals, and if we get a match, everything flashes up. To the right middle there, we've got the star information. So stars that are in our range there, close by stars, will populate that list and gives you a little bit of information about them there. So that is what. So in some senses we're doing a little bit better than they had, but in some senses also not. There, sadly, it's not as big as I would like it, although it is a very large dish there. I've heard Earth found another advanced Earth not that far away, and ever since we've talked to them. There have been rumours of things like this. though I'm not sure if we've found another Earth. I mean, even just talking about exoplanets, at the minute we haven't really found we've found things we've called Earth 2, but they've still been quite different, either much larger or a different sort of composition. At the second there, we still haven't found a good analogue for planet Earth in those senses, but there has been rumours that we have had communication. I'm not sure if it's to or fro, but our closest stellar neighbour there, which is Proxima Centauri, about 4.5 light years away, so very, very close in space terms. Apparently they are sending a signal, and it may even be directed at us as well. There's all sorts of evidence of signals coming from there as well. Now, sadly, they are in the southern hemisphere and we're in the northern hemisphere, so we never get a chance to point our dish at them there. But would that be amazing? Our closest stellar neighbour there, at a similar technological level, that they are able to send us these signals, or is it terrifying thinking that there as well? There we go. And B as well, thank you, Feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pet skies.
It's very, very fascinating, isn't it, like there as well. Coded numbers. So, it's interesting, is there something in any of these messages? That is the next thing. Would we even understand it? Would we know how to decode the things? People talk about maths being a universal language, but there still is an element of subjectivity to all of that. Would they even understand? It's crazy, though. And in the coded numbers, yeah. In the WoW signal, yeah, there was something going around recently about a chap that was saying he had decoded the WoW signal. And maybe this is where the limits of my scientific understanding really do come to a halt here. So I can't claim to have too much knowledge, but what the chap was saying was that the letters and numbers that were recorded for the WoW signal actually translated to a message. Now, my question for this, and it's my skepticism around it, is that those letters and numbers represented sort of signal strength. So if it was a really strong bit of signal, it would go, follow the alphabet up. The stronger, the higher the letter there. So I don't know, somebody sending a signal from that far away, how they would know our alphabet and how we would know that we've associated that letter with that signal strength for us to be able to decode it. But maybe there is like a logical mathematics way around it there. Reading the Matrix takes us to a whole other area there, doesn't it? There, and the signal noise is very busy today. It's moving very quickly. It does seem to be quite energetic, and it's funny, isn't it, that the background noise there, which is meant to be the early universe, it's actually, if I turn this down and shut up, that is it there, that's a signal coming in. That is what's called the cosmic microwave background there, and it's the same as the static in between stations on your radio there, or the static on the old TVs as you were tuning in. And that, scientists theorise, is the early universe sounds from the Big Bang, the remnants there, and it creates this background hum in radio in the universe there. But you would have thought that would be quite consistent. But yeah, there is fluctuations that we are noticing, B, there, especially there. And Stein, how are you doing? Good to see you in there. And is it Seko? Welcome aboard. Where are you joining us from tonight? Do say hello in the chat there as well. And A-Up's in over there as well. Marcus too. Good to see you guys. We'll be doing the stamps soon there. And what would we do? Like, oh my god, what would we do? I mean, I'd be excited. In fact, we do a live UFO Skywatch when the nights are clear here, and there have been a few times when we have seen some really, really special things, and so we know what my reaction is when we think we've genuinely found something, and I actually just shut up and swear. There are clips on our main page if you want to see some of the things that we have seen there. That's what I do there. Oh, you got to pick the kiddo. Oh, we'll see you in a bit there, B, as well. And Kate, hello, and thank you for the shares, guys. It is those shares and those likes that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, get more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together. And Yorkshire Coin Hunter, how are you doing? Good to see you in. Hope the weekend has been good for you there. Any news on Atlas? So it's doing its normal interesting things, but nothing that I've seen that really knocks it out of the park as either definitely alien or definitely commentary there. So it's still in this, for me, odd middle ground, and I cannot shake with old 3i Atlas. I agree, it's doing some very, very interesting stuff that needs to be explained, but I'm leaning more towards the interstellar comet again, because I don't know of anything else that is outgassing as much material for it to be as then reflective as it is there. I can't think of a technological or alien means for or reason to do that one. So I need to hear a good alien explanation for its brightness there, and for that material that is reflecting all that sun's light back, around it. That for me is where I'm getting hooked up on that. But what about you guys on that one there? In the random numbers, eventually would be 1,000, like 1,000 monkeys. Eventually would write something on a typewriter. It would be eventually, but there are so many numbers, isn't it, there as well? And it's just random as well. Everything's new. Totally there as well. And Kate, if everyone would kindly hit the share button so the stream can grow, that would be fabulous. We'd appreciate that one, Kate. We would love to, because we do seem to be in the doghouse on the platform. But I'm trying to play by the rules today. We're going to try this for the next week. I'm going to monitor what I'm saying, and hopefully we'll get out of TikTok's doghouse. Hopefully, but it's so hard to not use all the words that they do not like there. But until then, we're going to be hunting for signs of potential alien radio signals there. And stamp for you markers as well. Should we get the passports out then? Should we get some stamps going then? So right, if I haven't stamped anybody today, so let's go. Who needs a stamp then? So, I've got Carl's here. I know Carl has been in. Carl's in straight away. So you get your SETI stamp there, Carl. And means you are one stamp away. You are in the lead there, Carl. You just need to spot a UFO or something anomalous on one of our Skywatch streams there. So what we're doing for everybody else that's new is we have these things called stream passports here. And open it up and you read it. It says, the holder of this passport is exempt from abduction, invasion and probing, signed by the head of galactic tyranny. That's Alan. We put your name in it, and then there's 12 little tasks to complete. And every time you complete it, you say stamp and we give you a stamp. So it seems like following us on TikTok, joining us for one of this SETI stream, so there's another stamp there. Joining us for a Skywatch stream, joining us over there. All those, they all get you a stamp, and then when it's done, we can post them off to you there. We're trying to figure out a way of doing it for free, but at the minute there is a small postage charge, but hopefully we'll figure out a way of sorting that one as well. Kate was the next stamp I saw. Right, let's have a look. Where is Kate's? Problem is I've got we've nearly got 40 active passports going on at the minute, so I have to go through them all. Right, so Kate, you get your SETI stamp there. Oh, well, you could get a second one tonight, Kate. You could get a second one because you've got your YT one there. So if you jumped over to there and put stamp in the chat, we could get you stamped on that one as well. Who else? Let's go through the chat on here. I don't think GWAC, I don't think you've got a passport set up yet. If you want one, just let us know there. Harko, how did I know? I put your one aside because I knew you'd be in. We've given you your Discord stamp as well. So, where is it? There. So who hasn't got a SETI stamp for the SETI streams? Where is Harko? There you are, Harko. Right, giving you your SETI stamp. And I can give you your YouTube... I keep saying the word there. The YT one. Because you're over on that one tonight. Who else needs one there? Private Tomcat, good to see you in there. And Marcus as well, you need your stamp. Let's have a look. So if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt here, searching the hydrogen line. That's the yellow line on top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize. If ET is out there, that is the place where it's the YT, not the purple one. Okay, but yeah, the channel on the radio dial, the place where scientists theorize we're most likely to get the hello. Is anybody else out there? Massive message. So Marcus, where were you? Okay, and the YT and the SETI stamp there. There we go. I know you're on the other platforms, but we have to come in and do it there. And Lizzie as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
So, right. Is he already on it? There. No worries. And, if you say stamp on that one, I can stamp you for that as well, because you've not got the TikTok stamp yet. So, if you just say the word stamp there, Marcus, you'll get that one. There, Douglas, how are you doing there? NASA and scientists, a whole agenda is to cause religious doubt. There's definitely a part of that one. Definitely a part of that one. Kate's over there now. Right, let's get over on. Let's get you sorted there. Oh, did I already? Oh, there you are. Right. Oh, Kate, you're tying with Carl now. You also, almost. You need to see a falling star, Kate, and a UFO so anomalous on one of our Skywatch streams there. So, getting close there. So yes, Carl, all you need to do is say stamp on the TikToks, and we can get you that one done as well there, Marcus, sorry. But yeah, who else needs their stamps for the SETI streams there? Do let us know. Or if you want a passport, we can set you one up. They're free to set up, and then we just stamp them off as we go along the stream there tonight. But yeah, we're doing the live alien radio signal hunt here. We are searching for, hopefully, a message from ET. They're very, very, very rare, but they're getting less rare. The frequency of these potential signals has been going up lately, and in fact, the last decade we have been getting multiple candidate signals, some very, very interesting ones indeed, from some very close by stars. There are Laureless. Luckily, your one is on the top of there. Everybody thank Marcus when you collect the treasure box. Laureless, there we go. Let's give you. There's a TikTok, and there's your SETI there. Stamp, couldn't resist that. You've already got your stamps. You're going to need a second passport. Yeah, you have got your stamp there. There we go. So, Laura Last, if you've still got that platform to tick off, and that platform to tick off there as well. But you're getting there. It's filling up. It's filling up. Anyone else says brain showed you the mind's eye, or just me? So not me there. KK, how are you doing there? SETI, this is what we're doing 100%. It's the search for extraterrestrial intelligence through radio tonight. They're hoping to hear those signals there. Any news on Atlas? It's been quiet for a while now. Bags, you're right. It's still doing these odd little things. It's still very interesting. Rio as well, how you doing? Still very interesting. But for me, nothing that it's, kind of making it conclusively either way. I'm, in fact, leaning more towards the interstellar comet answer because, and I say for why, and I'll be definitely open and interested to hear other people's opinions on this, but I cannot think of a technological or alien explanation that would... Hold on, is that the bird? Hold on. So I have to whistle back to the pets. A technological or an alien explanation that would answer why there's been so much outgassing, so much material being shed from it, other than a comet or some object like that there. But I am most definitely interested to hear other explanations of what that could be there. As well. So yeah, guys, we're doing the stamp for the SETI stream, so if you've got a passport, let us know and we'll dig it out and we'll stamp you for the SETI or anywhere else. Or, if you haven't got one, just say passport in the chat and we'll fill you one out there. When I was younger, I saw a massive comet and it made me feel so small, and it was massive and on fire. Oh, what a phenomenal sight there. Like, I've seen some videos of comets out in the wild like that, or, objects coming in, falling stars, coming into orbit like that, or coming into the Earth's atmosphere. Absolutely damn stunning. I would love to see something like that myself, but I get what you mean with the feeling small. I do love a good space documentary there where you can, really see the scale of things, and makes me feel small, but in a good way there. Football arm's length, that is phenomenal. A football arm's length, that's like dinosaur killer, isn't it? That's massive there. But yeah, so that is what we're doing. We are listening out for those alien radio signals tonight. Again, they're very rare, but they do happen there. There's been another interesting one. So it's the BLC-1 signal there, and that is the Breakthrough Listen Candidate 1. Now, officially, they have said it's most likely radio interference or electronic interference, but there's a difference between most likely and conclusively there. A lot of the signals, they are able to go, no, look, that was an error, it was a mistake, there was this interfering with it here, there, and that's fine. we can explain where those signal sources have come from. But a lot of the time, because I thought, oh, likelihood then it is probably electronic. They must know what they're on about. But yeah, there's this whole category of the likely that turns out their likely is just, well, we can't prove it's alien, so it must be something Earth-based then, which is very, very different and very unscientific in my opinion there. So, I mean, one of them I remember was, they go, it's probably satellite interference, but they then specifically mentioned it wasn't a frequency, a signal coming from any frequency that a satellite knows is known to use, or that they could replicate, that they could find again. Again, that sounds like a bad excuse to me. So a lot of these ones are back on the table for me. Personally there. And the girl I was with, she, oh my God, when I was young, she's always said 1111. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that one. That is so sad there. Ah, it's sad. Well, but yeah, so hold on, let's have a drink. So yeah, there are quite a few interesting candidate signals. When people say, where's the evidence? Where are all the aliens? There is a lot of evidence. In fact, if this was a trial by a jury, there is enough to convict here. That standard of evidence has been met multiple times for the UFO/UAP phenomena. It is out there. And the other answer to the question is, where is all the aliens, is we're not really looking. We're not actually spending a lot of time with our equipment in the right places for any long period of time. So we've got the WOW signal heard on this frequency and in that sort of Sagittarius constellation. You would have thought, having such a strong candidate signal like that come through, that they would be pointing their dishes at that all of the time, wouldn't you? You go, my God, this is the place, let's have a listen, let's try and see if we can hear this again. And they have pointed their dishes there, but not a lot. In the scheme of things, very, very little time has been spent re-listening, and that statistical chance of then hearing, because you don't know the frequency that an alien civilization might be sending those signals, because we don't know that frequency there, you have to put in the hours. There is just no way around it, and they haven't done that one there. Has a tree hen? I know. Oh, look at it. And we are aliens in avatar bodies. There are some theories along those lines. One of my favourite ones, I think it's quite poetic, is that we are the universe experiencing itself. So totally there. It sounds like something you saw too. I love that one, Dogs. So was that the large asteroid there? Have you seen that? Because that's pretty phenomenal there. And there's a roll call there, Kate. Who is in on the chat? Let's have a listen. Who is in? There as well. So yeah, we are listening out for those candidate signals. Now, the star Difter has just left our dishes range. Probably going to be a little bit of time before another close by star comes back in, but that doesn't mean there is no stars in range. In fact, the darkness of night is not really darkness, it's just the lights from those far, far stars have not reached us. Every last square dot of space is packed with stars there. So we've got millions, or maybe more than millions of stars in our dishes range there, but none of the close by named ones. But Zurak is the next one that's going to come in range, and probably at some point next week, obviously with the seasonal changes of the night sky. When we do this, we'll be coming, it'll be the Orion constellation will be in our range there. So that's going to be quite a cool one, because there is a correlation, isn't there, between the Orion constellation there and certain potential alien species that may be visiting us there. A lot of reports of species that come from various stars in that system there. So we're going to be pointing our dish at them as the week goes on, as the season turns around there. But if you are just joining us, it's a live alien radio signal hunt, searching the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line on top of the screen, and it's the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorized, out of all of the ways of communicating, out of all of the channels on the radio dial, that this is where we would most likely hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. And we have heard it a few times over the years, potentially there. Might be connected to the universe in avatar bodies, but we are one, not all connected. Yeah, they do say, don't they, that, you know, we're experiencing ourselves maybe is about having that individual experience before we go back to a collective. Many different ways to interpret it, and that is in the scientific world, not just the religious. They talk about that as well there. And John, can you pick up Atlas? We can't at the minute. So the signals it is emitting, they're organic at the minute, so natural, because everything in nature, pretty much everything in nature, emits a radio signal. Nature is very noisy in radio there, and Atlas is emitting a frequency. signal there, but it's very faint, and it's an organic one that, as far as we know, that has been heard. But over the summer, we were pointing our dish directly to where Atlas was coming from, and we didn't hear anything on these frequency bands. Doesn't mean it wasn't sending one, but I would have expected by now, especially people are listening out there for the organic signal, and they're hearing that. I think if they could hear that, then they would have heard if there was a technological signal coming from Atlas, especially as it's getting closer there. Sadly for us here in where we are in the world, it's early mornings rather than late at night now where Atlas is going to be there. But it's a good question, John, and I really thank Marcus for the treasure box when you claim those coins there. You're listening, LC, you're listening. Where are you listening from? Where are you joining us from there? As Marcus has got the crown, I love it. Are you on, how are you still number 3 there, Kate? As Lord Freibentos has not joined us yet over there yet, sadly. And when we come back, back to the source, I've heard that as well there. I have definitely heard that as well. And we don't know. This is the thing. We just do not know. But I'm starting to think, I'm definitely leaning more towards the fact that life is probably very, very abundant out there. I mean, we're getting these signals from all of these close by stars. We cannot conclusively say that they're definitely alien, but they are looking that way, and we definitely can't disprove them that way at the minute. So, I mean, you're getting that there. We've also had the news recently of NASA basically coming out and saying that there at least was life on Mars there now, and we do think that they have the evidence that there is currently microbial life at the very least on Mars. So if Earth has life, if Mars has life, and we've also had Venus, the clouds of Venus potentially having again microbial life, what would that mean for life itself if it's on those 3 planets next to each other in one solar system? And then you've got another solar system next door that also is showing signs that there may be life, there may be activity. What does that mean? I think it means it's going to be bloody abundant. And if we just look to our one real case study, which is Earth, look at how diverse the species and organisms are here on Earth. There is a species and organism for every niche, every environment here. So why would the universe be any less diverse and packed with life? Life also started here on Earth the second it was stable enough for it to happen. So it's got to be out there, and it's got to be everywhere. I mean, we can also then look to the reports of the encounters that we do see. So, you know, lots of people talk about the Greys, even the reptilian sorts, the Nordics there. One thing they've all got in common is they're bipedal, heads on top of shoulders. So is that a case of convergent evolution? You know, is that just the most optimum way for intelligent life to exist, like crabs? Has it, you know, come from evolution multiple times there to that point because that is the most effective way to operate? Or are we all slightly related? And again, I'm leaning to slightly related here. Maybe we are all technically cousins. Panspermia is a really popular theory for how life may start. And even recently there was a scientist, mathematician, that was looking at how many steps are involved in a case of abiogenesis. So that's life starting from absolutely nothing there. We don't fully know how that does happen, but just all of those sort of all the changes there for it to become multicellular and complex life. They worked it out and realized that there wasn't enough time for all of those changes to happen here on Earth from that time when it was habitable to now. So life probably started and got its head start somewhere else. Maybe that happened when our sun was, and our solar system was earlier on there, when we're all in the stellar nursery where our sun was formed with other similar stars, and all a lot closer. And maybe life was spread like a sneeze and a disease there across all of them, and then we've all kind of gone our separate ways. We've all floated, separated around the Milky Way, but maybe we have cousins absolutely everywhere. I do lean towards that one. But more, we want to be alive. We come back here, or another timeline when we arrive, like being born there. And when we have kaleidoscope feeling and go through black holes and wormholes. They're born again into another time there, not really, had visions. I mean, it's all very interesting, isn't it? There are some religions that do talk about that, and there are some scientists that talk about that as well. There, again, I think we've put this separation in between science and religion in a very rudimentary fashion, not fully understanding it ourselves. And for me, although I'm not particularly religious, there doesn't need to be the separation. They actually talk a lot of similar steps there. They're just different ways of analysing a situation there. Where are we over on the other ones there? Have the #1 crown. He does there. Microbial life on Mars. No proof of this. So, actually, jolly, there is. So, back in the 1970s, the 2 Viking missions both had, the only time it was ever put on a NASA probe, there 2 life testing mechanisms. It was the label release experiment. The idea was it takes a sample of the Martian Earth, it feeds it some nutrients, right, that are slightly radioactive there, and then if it can then detect that radioactiveness there, afterwards it means the nutrients has been eaten and processed and sent up as heat, and it can then detect it in the experiment. And it came back positive every time they run the experiment. And part of the experiment as well, to test for faults, was that they would then totally cook the sample to then go, right, well, let's make sure it's not a chemical reaction, because we'll cook the sample, and therefore if there's any life, that'll die off and it won't work. But if it's something else, then the heat, well, it's not hot enough to affect the chemistry, so that reaction would still happen. And again, it worked. They even tried a half temperature, and half of it, and it kind of gave a half result, implying that it was a life-based thing there, and that was on both Viking missions. Now, NASA turned around after that and went, actually, we don't like this experiment anymore, maybe it's faulty. But we use that experiment here on Earth to detect bacteria in water and drinking pipes absolutely everywhere, and it's never found. It's a very common, very reliable test, but now it wasn't. And even recently, jolly, very, very recently, going back, like a month or 2 now maybe, NASA did a big press announcement there to confirm that they do believe that there is evidence of microbial life from a different source of past, so not present but past microbial life. That was the recent one there, as a fossil, what looked to have this pattern in it that we only know on Earth can be created by bacteria there and microbes there, and they think this is past. So they're saying that they go, this is what the evidence looks like, and nobody's been able to disprove it there. But they had the current one that was in the 1970s there. It's a brilliant one there, the label release of experiment there. But Mars is here on Earth. There's nothing other than a story. So this is where we're going to separate there, Jolly. So we're going to have to agree to disagree here, because I don't believe that. I believe Mars is up there, and therefore microbial life on that one. So where are we on the other chat there? Born again, no, I've done that one there. I can't deny what as we see being born and experience and remember growing up with. There are some very Pluto, hello, how are you doing there? And Stein as well, thank you for the gifts. That's very, very kind of you there. Appreciate that. And it goes back into the stream. But yeah, like, you know, people do report a lot of similar things, and there's some very, very interesting stuff, especially out of India there with old past lives, and you know, it's the consistent experience that people are saying, isn't it? The problem is it's impossible to measure directly, and that is where the misalignment there with science and all of these experiences. You know, people experience it, they experience it a lot, but you can't measure it, so therefore we can't take it to that next step to mark it down there. How you doing, Debster? Good to see you. Have you had your SETI stamp, or did you get that yesterday? Stamp. Let's find you there. Right. Let's find your stamp. But yeah, I think life is going to be absolutely abundant there. And I think it's not going to be long. It's just that we don't spend a lot of time up there, and especially if we don't put equipment and tests on our equipment anymore for us to be able to say. And in fact, they stopped doing that because they realized that they wouldn't be able to be conclusive with those experiments, so they just stopped raising the question getting more information there. Debster, right, I am giving you your SETI stamp there. Boom! There we go. You're filling up your passport quite nicely on that one. I'm trying to think, is there anyone? What's going to be the next one for you? You got the Discord one, or you've got that app. It'll be a nice, easy one to get. Be the low-hanging fruit. No worries there. Oh, your chat's going funny there, Kate. What's, might need reloading. If we're not got trouble with one, we get trouble with the other, aren't we? It's never-ending technical issues there. Up there is scientifically impossible. By your understanding, it is scientifically impossible, but there's a lot of people that would argue differently, and I don't know enough about it to know if you're right or if they're right, but I would suspect that they're right, because there's a lot of things that we do here that work on those principles every day of our lives. The fact that we're using radio and how radio propagates here, and the fact that we can do things here. If I had a powerful enough transmitter, you can pick up things. So that would require a lot to fake. So I think we're going to have to disagree on that one. You're more than willing to, more than happy for you to have the opinion, but yeah, at that point, for you it's impossible, but not for everybody else. I'm not seeing anything now. Oh dear. Everyone's just muted you, Kate. That's what it is. No, they've not really. I've no idea why that one's playing up there. Debster as well, thank you for the hearts. Oh, and thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks guys.
There as well. And Pluto, so it's so obvious that since we all come from the water, that the water dwellers would be most advanced. A very interesting angle there, Pluto. We come in and we go out of water evolution, if we're going by, mainstream accepted evolution, then yeah, it would make sense, wouldn't it, if that's where it starts. I mean, there are some cases of animals coming out of the water, going back in the water, then coming back out of the water, only to go in again. I mean, evolution's a crazy thing. There was something really interesting, though, that I heard a while back around this. So if we were looking that most worlds are probably going to be water worlds, and we've recently decided, haven't we, that okay, water worlds are great because they don't necessarily need to be in the habitable zone. Their plate tectonics, even gravitational interactions with nearby other planets can cause that internal geologic processes there to create heat, and therefore hydrothermic vents, liquid water, where life could still propagate at the bottom of those oceans. So Europa here in our solar system is a prime candidate for that one. If they're geologically active, they've got the heat, and therefore life could propagate there. And if it could, it may have, as you say there, Pluto, could have been around longer, and therefore it could have developed further. But somebody was saying that basically, like dolphins, they need to come on land to then have technology. They can be as smart as hell, but they won't be able to do technology because they can't create fire in the water. Basically, they'll never be able to make tools, they'll never be able to do anything like that. And again, I don't know how true that is. Maybe there's a different way around the problem, but I thought it was a really interesting take on it. But speaking of water as well in this context, and this might explain the USOs there, the unidentified submerged objects, that angle of the phenomena, is that all of the different environments in the universe, in the galaxy, in the solar system even, there's all different levels of radiation, different levels of heat, different levels of cold, different gases, different acids, different, you name it, everywhere is variable. And so therefore it's going to be really tricky to design craft that can be multi-medium, that can deal with all of those different environments. But if you aim for water planets, liquid water planets, that is a nice consistent home, a nice consistent environment. It's the same pressure if it's liquid water, it's the same makeup there, acidity and things like that, it's the same temperature because it's liquid, you name it, it's all the same there. So if you want to go from A to B in a nice consistent known safe environment, you go from body of water to body of water to body of water, and that might be why we see all of that activity there. Space monkeys. Yes, there. Pluto, no, I've done that one as well. And I think, Laurel S, I think some of the ETs are hiding in the ocean. Exactly, and that would literally what we were just saying there, exactly would fit that one, wouldn't it? That if they're going to come to Earth, boom, ocean. A, we're not going to bother them that much, but B, that the ocean is, is similar to space. But it's nice and hidden for them. Their occasional wow they have to deal with there. And Pluto as well, thank you for the gifts there. Debstar too, appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's so fascinating, isn't it, though, Pluto? But, that different advancement there, maybe those extra years are really, really advantageous in development there, putting them ahead. I mean, maybe it does get to the point to flip what we were just saying there about the lack of technology. Maybe, especially now, we're talking about psionic abilities and all the deals here with the consciousness. Maybe you don't need technology. Maybe after a long enough time, your brain gets big enough that you can then kind of do stuff like that. Maybe. And Kate coming in with shares, appreciate that, guys. All of those shares and those likes, it helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourself, getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena so we can all piece this puzzle together there. Again, the more people we can get in, the more people will share their stories and experiences, the more we can all understand a little bit more about the phenomena, about the universe, our place within it, and how it all works there. Dolphins aren't interested in so-called human tech. How can you have a water planet in a infinite negative pressure environment there? So, well, I don't get why you think it's a negative pressure environment there in the same way that we've got our atmosphere here on Earth, unless you're going off there. But you're right with the dolphins. They're not interested enough. The philosopher said, if you could speak to a lion, you wouldn't have anything to say to it, because our experiences are so different there. These technology is there for the goals, the experience that we have as humans. They wouldn't necessarily want or be interested in the technology that we have here as well, unless we assume that it is linear, that certain advancements require, all encounter the same problems, and then those same problems and then require the same solutions. Maybe if there's space worms, they have to be space monkeys. There's a whole space zoo. What's everyone's opinion on the possible existence of mermaids? Laurelas, I love the mystery angle there. What is everyone's opinions on that? It's not one that I've thought about a lot. Every now and again I've seen a video that then turns out to be fake on it. But, is it one of these things that the mermaid story there is overlaid onto a real event, but maybe it's not literally as specifically true as that? Or is it just a tale that has gone around a few times? If you're just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We're searching the hydrogen line. That's a frequency or a channel on the radio dial where scientists theorize we are most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. Over the years, we have detected some very strange signals on this frequency. And that is what we are hoping to detect again tonight there. As the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star with an inhabited planet that will be sending us a message. And if we do, hopefully it'll come through nice and clearly at the top section there, so keep an eye out as well. Do give us a follow, because we do this basically every night. If it's clear though, we do a live UFO, UAP, Skywatch system footage here. We see all the weird and wonderful things flying around in the night sky here in Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of crop circle country here in the UK. And the moon's been up recently, so we do a moon hunt when that happens. We see all the craters, all the details, and talk about how weird the moon is. And if you're following, then hopefully you'll get the notification when we go live for that. And Miguel, thank you for the heart there. Appreciate that one. And how are you doing? And then Kate, as possible as Nessie, in my opinion, but not like Disney. Yeah, not Little Mermaid sort of style. I mean, a lot of these things is no smoke without fire, I think, in my opinion. Now, whether the actual objective result, the truth of it, is like the folklore, like the reports, or whether it's our interpretation, because it always makes me come back to our interpretation of the UFO, UAP phenomena here. So, how I used to think of it, and how a lot of people used to think of it, was, they started crashing in the 40s after the war. We started noticing, big silver metal discs with little green men inside coming from other planets there. But it looks like, if you go through the history here, they have been here potentially the whole damn time. All the way going back to cave paintings, all the religious texts here, they talk about the same phenomena we're experiencing now. Sometimes they describe it in slightly different ways there, or they interpret it. They describe the same series of events, but it's that interpretation there. So maybe for them it was fairies and taking you to the fairy realm, whereas as soon as we got into the technological age, we started sending people into space and thinking about other planets, we started perceiving it as little green men in flying spaceships like we've started to build, come from other planets like we were starting to look to explore. So it's that cultural interpretation there, and it's the same thing happening with folklore, with mermaids even, and things like this. is it something different then? We're putting that lens of understanding on there as well. Keep coming in with the shares again. Appreciate those likes and shares, guys. It helps us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. And I think some apes took to the sea and possibly become mermaids. So we had a regular in for a while who worked in sort of water sports and things like that. Spent a lot of time out on the sea there, paddleboarding and things like that. It wasn't one of the stories that they said, and it's like it was a one-off. Interesting UFOs, but one-off, they came off their board at one point and was underwater, and they said as clear as day, swimming past them was something humanoid, and they weren't particularly scared, they didn't feel threatened, but it was this humanoid thing that swam past them there. I thought, what has that got to be like? What could you misinterpret? A seal? Could you really? I mean, if you're underwater quickly, would you do that? No, seals look very different there. So the possible explanation, I like that, Loris, the explanation there of how it could be happening. I think we miss that a lot of the time. We come out with these wonderful experiences in our interpretations, but we haven't done a lot of work by tying up those loose ends and putting in a plausible approach of how these things might come to be there. And exactly like you can get fish with markings that look like a human face. Oh god, you can. Some of those are really weird. There's a guy on TikTok, I can't remember his name now. He's got like a koi carp that's got a human face, and he goes out to his garden with his food, and the fish knows that, and it comes up to the side of the tank, and it's just this human face. Absolutely horrendous, but brilliant as well there. Entirely possible there's something in the ocean with humanoid appendages there. But which appendages though, Kate? The fish flying around. Yeah. There. And Gingerbread, how are you doing? We can give you a stamp today, can't we? Should we actually, where are you? You're in this pile. Because we filled you out a passport, didn't we, last time? How was your weekend going there? Guys, if you haven't had your passport stamps, let me know, and we can give you that. If you haven't got a passport, say passport, and we will stamp that one for you as well. We can get you one set up there. Where is Gingerbread? Let's find it, Gingerbread. Right, come on. Come on. I need an assistant. Anybody want to do an internship? Anybody near Wiltshire? Right, there we go, Gingerbread. Right, well, we've already got you on TikTok, but we can give you the SETI stamp there, Gingerbread. You're getting them filled up nicely. There we go. Yeah, we've got you ready there. DJ, don't worry, you're back. Actually, DJ, have we stamped you yet for today? I feel like we haven't stamped you for today, and you needed the SETI one because we didn't double them up yesterday, did we? It's Nolan. No. Come on, let's get these up the minute. Guys, if you are sorry, I'm distracted at the second because we do this thing called Stream Passports here for our community. Now, you guys can sign up for them, they're free. What it is, a little passport in here, and there's 12 little tasks, so it's like follow us on TikTok, follow us and there, attend a SETI stream like we're doing now, attend a Skywatch as well, and each time you get a stamp we fill your name in, and then we can post it off to you as well. So if you do want one, and, you're going to join our streams again, let us know, we'll fill your name out and we'll start stamping you. So I'm just slightly distracted trying to find one for DJ here to make sure he's up to date with his stamps, but we are doing a live alien radio signal hunt tonight. We are searching the hydrogen line, that's that yellow line at the top of the screen there, and it's the channel on the radio dial, most like scientists theorize, most likely place for us to find or to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message from a potential extraterrestrial species. And over the years we have heard some very interesting signals on this frequency, most notably the wow signal that was detected in the late 1970s there, but it was a really great signal. It had all of the hallmarks of an intelligent technological signal not coming from this earth there, and we'd love to hear something like that again ourselves today. The wow signal there, but there have been other signals, and that is what we are on the lookout for today there. So say hello in the chat as well, and I'll welcome you in shortly, but make sure you're following us because we do this basically every night. If it's cloudy, we're doing the alien radio signal hunt. If it's not cloudy though, we do a live UFO UAP Skywatch. There you go, there's some footage where we see all of the weird and wonderful things flying around in the night sky over Wiltshire here in the UK, which, if you know, is right in the heart of Crop Circle country. So yeah, make sure you're following to get those notifications when we go live for that as well. And how do you feel about the UFO, UAP, alien phenomena there? Do you think we are all alone out there in the universe? Or is life abundant, but maybe the distances are far too great for us or for anybody to traverse there? DJ, there we go, I've got you. And we can give you that SETI stamp. Ho ho ho, you just need the deep dive and the UFO spotting one there, DJ. You're very, very close. So yeah, that is what we're doing there as well. If I get into that, I'll out myself for your reading preferences. You're not on Book Talk, are you? Gingerbread, my weekend is okay. Thanks. I've been better, a little bit down. We go. Well, stick in there. I know the feeling. That's what I do with the stream. It distracts me. So I feel you there, Gingerbread. But welcome back to another one of our streams there. It's all good, Gingerbread. There, Marcus coming in with the stickers. I love that. I do like those stickers. Moo, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Where are you joining us from tonight there? And Harko as well. Thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
A little stream mascot there. Eats the alien pets. It's pretty cruel, but hey ho. DJ, what do I still need? So you need, the UFO and the deep dive. So if you wasn't a busy boy on Friday night, you would have got that deep dive stamp there. Now, deep dive stamp, Friday night activity. Who's to say which one was the best one? Are you able to post passport to a... Yes, so what we'll do for them at the minute is over on here, there is a special section at the minute on there, because that's one of the things you got to do is you got to join there. But we have if you use the link in our bio, it gives it to you free for a month. So therefore, you can just end it before the end of the free trial. So you get your stamp for joining, and then you also get your stamp for attending the deep dive. But there's also a section at the minute which says send my passport, and at the minute there's a £3 charge to do it, but that's only because that's the minimum it will allow us to do. We do want to try and figure out a way of getting it free, but the problem is if we take people's addresses, we have to do it in a GDPR compliant way there, because it's personal data, and the only way that I can think of doing that is via the shop mechanism that has the minimum price. But hopefully by the time everybody's stamped, we'll have a free way of doing it there. But at the minute there is the couple of quid charge. But yeah, the idea is that we'll post them off to you guys physically there as a little souvenir. And and Pluto there, what's are you getting for Christmas? More facets. Oh my god. So what I have got for Christmas, I've got a little mobile rig, and I keep wanting to play with it, but no, I'm not allowed to play with it till Christmas. So we did like an out and about walking around stream once, and I want to do a few more in the paranormally world. So I've got like a little gimbal with a light and stuff to hopefully allow us to do that one. You've already got your stamp, Harko. You've already got most of these ones. Actually, I think we did your one earlier, didn't we? As well there. And Fraser as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. It all goes back in to the stream there, help us improve what we do. Same as this platform ones, if you do stay beyond the free trial. It said it all goes back in, helps us to buy kit for this, to improve what we're doing there. And hopefully increasing our odds of hearing and seeing more evidence there. I've got to translate that one now, Harko. I had a suspicion, Kate, that... I've heard about this book talk. I won't translate it there as well. Thank you as well, Fraser, for the other gifts there. How are you doing? How has your week been there? Fraser, I don't think we've got you a passport set up yet, have we? Don't let us know if you want one of our stream passports. The idea is that we fill it out for you there, and every time you attend one of our different types of streams and follow us on different places, we give you a stamp, and then we post it to you at the end of it there. Oh, not too well there. I think. Yeah, honest, there are hard times like this one, but yeah, hang in and being strong for her as well there. But it's always incredibly, incredibly difficult there. So do feel for you there, Gingerbread. And Seven, how you doing now? Couldn't get power for a while, and beeping in more code on my phone. And also, anyone else experiencing that? It's a good question. Does anyone experience it there? Really, Kate, really. Oh, excellent phrase. We're going to set you one up. Come on then, we can't have you not having one. So let's put this down. Let's put your name in. And what will be the 7th of the 12th/25. I said we are trying to make it so it's free, that we can actually send them to you without having to, pay, which is actually going to shoot me in the foot because we've got like 40 odd of you guys. Some of them are international, so that's going to be an expensive January for me. But I think it'd be good to have everyone have a little memento. So right, Fraser, we can give you a TikTok and we can give you a SETI stamp. And although you've probably attended all the others, we have to do it kind of from the point on, because otherwise I forget for everybody there. But there's a Feed Alan one. You only have to do one to do that, so one alien pet would do that one. But yes, so every time you're in on a Skywatch, and if you see a falling star, or if you see a UFO, you say stamp. Or if you're if you're on here, then there's a little section you can say stamp. When you're on here as well, there's a little section to say stamp, and on both of those as well. And then we can get you stamped for all of those as well. And Mikhail, thank you. Oh, you've done that stamp there to Feed Alan. There you go, Fraser, give you that one as well there. Mikhail as well, if you want a passport, just let us know. There. Kate coming in with the shares as well there. Yeah, so guys, it's Alien Radio Signal Hunt tonight. Oh my god, there are so many of you guys. I honestly thought doing this passport thing, I thought it'll just be the diehards that'll be interested in doing this. That is how many active passports. We've been doing this less than a week. So we've not even had all of the regulars in, you know. So as well. Hey, Amy there. Oh man, oh Amy, I hope you're feeling a bit better now. I am so ungraceful when I get when I get something like that. You've not had to deal with me having the proper sniffles, but I'll still be streaming. It'll be a horrible experience for you guys, but there. And Amy as well, I went past your passport earlier. You can get a SETI stamp now. I just got to go through the 40 passports to find it, but we can get you stamped. As well there, and sorry guys, I've been missing the other one. The same as well there. Where are we? Over on the tube. Let's have a look. Sorry, let me get Amy's one stamped, and then I'll catch up with the comments over there, guys. I'm trying to be much better with my language because we've been in the TikTok doghouse now for a couple of months. I'm trying to, play by the rules and not use the words that they decide are bad for you, which can be bloody anything at these rates. God, it's so hard though because I'm so unfiltered. Right. So. Right, I will find you. There you are, Amy. There you are. All right, you haven't got any stamps yet, Amy. So we can give you the TikTok stamp. We can give you the SETI stamp there. So, hey, Tick as well. Hello. Thank you for the heart there. So, yeah, there's some. Next time you do anything there, Feed Alan or join us for a Skywatch, just say stamp and we can do that one. Or if you're over on that platform or on that platform, when you follow us there and there, we can give you a stamp for those too. As well. So, they are nifty. They are nifty. Need to be alphabetized. Problem is, they just go out of like two. I need like the cards in between the A section, the B section, or an intern. Alan, you've got a job. You won't do it. There, my passport organizer, a little filing cabinet for them there. And 7 as well, thank you for the shares there. Appreciate that, guys. It is those shares and those likes that helps us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves. Get more eyes and minds on the phenomena so we can all piece this puzzle together, though. There goes the internet. Hold on, let's give it a second for it to recover. So, there you go, hopefully it's recovering there. I have actually moaned at my ISP. I've got an engineer coming around tomorrow. Thank God there. Where are we there? Figured the problem with the chat. There's 2 settings and one is filtered out. Yes, there is. I almost made that mistake there. So at least you got that there. And Zena, how are you doing there? Is this the right timeline? It might well be. You got your SETI stamp last night, didn't you, Zena, there? There. And, it's highly offensive as well, yeah. She gets some tips from the... Oh my god, what am I reading here, there as well? Let me scroll through. Minnow, how are you doing there? Sorry, it's taking me a while. 1.4, yeah, so we're on 1.420 there, which is the hydrogen line. As it's the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorise we're most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message there, and it's where signals like the wow signal was heard, like the weird signal was heard, all of those ones right here. And it's one of the reasons they think that this is the place where the aliens would put the signal. Of all of the different channels on the radio dial, of all the methods of communication, even radio, why not something else there? The reason they think this is because it's obviously the frequency, the hydrogen gas in the universe, in the galaxy, emits a radio signal as it decays there, and because that's so abundant, it's a nice consistent measure there. So it's very useful for radio astronomy and for learning about the universe. And because we know this, now scientists will always be monitoring this frequency for those scientific purposes, regardless of our communication technology. They think that ET would do the same. So that is why they think here as well. But also because it is reserved for listening only at this frequency, you're not allowed to transmit on it. It does help us then filter out other technical things as the possibilities for it there. We thought the high frequency would be more of a frequency hunt. So possibly there is actually at 1.6 there is a good correlation between the phenomena and this. But again, this is not, we're looking for that very particular type of message, the reaching out there, the SETI message, which is hello, is anybody else out there in the universe? So that is what we're looking for, and that is with that down here. But also, if we did get anything on a higher frequency, it'd be so much harder for us to tell if it was just human technology or us. The benefit, the real strong candidate, the reason for using here is because, again, you're not allowed to transmit on this. They don't make technology that naturally, there's no satellites that broadcast on this frequency. My Wi-Fi isn't going to do it there, so it helps us filter those things out. But it's a good suggestion, especially ones like 1.6 there. Need a digital decoder for encoding a gigahertz signal. Yeah, we do as well there. So we do have so we've got a very large parabolic mesh antenna that is tuned to this frequency range there as well, but we're not necessarily actually interested in decoding the message because we don't know what aliens would be saying. So this is purposely looking for that SETI message there. We don't know what modulation or encoding an alien might use there. We'd hope that it'd be a bare bones signal, but yeah, it'd be very difficult for us to try to do that one there as well. Yes, we are using that there. We do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, well, it's not necessarily, well, we have, that's what we've got. We have that, we've got a low noise amplifier, we've got a filter as well for this brand as well, and we've got a very large dish that is tuned to that frequency, so you're already there as well. And hey up, hello! Stamp time. Let's get your stamps out there. And Gingerbread as well has just fed Alan, so that qualifies as well. And Amy Lee too. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for the alien.
So A up,
guys.
Gingerbread, and Amy Lee. So Amy Lee, right there we go. You're one on top. You get a feed Alan stamp. There you go. That's 3 in one day there, Amy Lee. And Gingerbread and A up. You get your one for that one there. And you get your SETI stream. Oh, you're getting close there, up. So, right, it's just Gingerbread now that needs another stamp there for our ones. Sorry, guys. So, we'll get through. I do need this organised more. Gingerbread, where were you hiding? But you're going to be right at the bottom. Need more desk space as well there. Oh, we're getting to the bottom of the list. There's Gingerbread, right. There you go, and you get your feed Alan stamp there as well, so we're up to date, I think, for the stamps. There, and Kate, thank you for the shares. It is those shares and those likes that help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves. It's the more open-minded, intelligent people we can get in to look at the problem and share their experiences, the more we can all understand what's going on, I think, there. Paint that picture of what is going on. Where are we in the thing? Imagine the Americans asking what a passport is. Yeah. As strange as that sounds. Oh, I didn't catch the first part there. Gingerbread must have missed that one there. So with that being said, thank you for making welcome. Oh, Gingerbread, I think I missed the first part of it, but Well, you're more than welcome. It is the community here. It's like you guys being so amazing and just so welcoming and so open and willing to share is what I love. I mean, honestly, I keep going. I do this basically every night. I should take a night off. I should take a night off. But I don't want to, because when I have tried it, I'm just bored. I want to be with you guys because you're so awesome. So it is you guys that make it 100% there as well. And as Kate says, do feel free to follow us. We do something like this every night. So if it's cloudy, we're doing this, the alien radio signal hunt. If it's clear, though, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt there, searching the stars for the strange and anomalous there. We're live from Wiltshire, which is the heart of Crop Circle Country, UK. The moon's up full. There's some footage. We do a live moon watch. We've done that a couple of times this week. It's normally the early part of the month there. But we all see the craters, the details, and talk about how weird the damn moon is there. Oh, dear. I feel for you, Gingerbread. Well, I'd say you can drop us. You always drop us a message if you need to. I'm very bad at responding because I only check TikTok before we come on, and then normally just as we go after, so I tend to miss a lot of pressing messages there. But I'm sorry to hear that as well. But I'm glad we've all got each other there. I'm neglecting the good lady a little bit, Pluto, but she's used to that after the year. She knows what she's signed up for. I'm trying to get her to participate, but she just doesn't want to be my passport organiser. There. Huzzah, there, A up as well. A new post on the Discord there. They think the free items game. Now that is new, A up. So what are they saying? That it could have come from Andromeda. Now that is interesting. Free Atlas coming from Andromeda. Wouldn't that be great to actually see what an object from a different galaxy? Because beforehand, so Andromeda, let's go back a bit here. Andromeda is a whole other galaxy. We're in the Milky Way. That's our galaxy. And for scale, it goes, the planets around our sun. That's our solar system. And our solar system is in our galaxy. And then our galaxy is within loads of other galaxies in our universe there. So it's on the top scale. So 3i we thought was from a really early part of our galaxy there. So normal comets are within our solar system in this smaller area, and that's why 3i was interesting there, because it was the third object we had identified that had come in from outside our solar system there and fought from a really, really early part of the universe, older than our solar system itself, which is really cool. But if it's come from Andromeda, that's a whole other galaxy. And in fact, Andromeda is an interesting one because we catch it quite often, don't we, on our Skywatches there. And you can see it looks like a star, but smudged. It's really, really awesome because, again, a whole other galaxy, billions and billions of other stars in there as well. Billy No Mate's over there on the purple one. You feel like you found A-Up as well, and I'm so glad again. And A-Up, you are actually a perfect case, but I mean, we've got quite a few members, and I always find this amazing. So in my life, I have done a few things. I've not done this sort of public-facing thing. I've done a few little weird things where I ended up building sort of little communities, and it always amazes me that when you start doing something, the people come to it, and you find the right people for the right things. It's absolutely. It's always amazed me that it just attracts the right sort of people there. And you're a perfect case of this. I am not detail orientated. I love to read and consume all this sort of stuff, but it kind of goes in. I kind of take a little bit from it, and then I forget I've ever heard it or the specifics there. But you're very on the ball with this, and you're populating our little community over on there. With all of the latest news articles as well. I mean, not just yourself there, but you're doing a lot of them, especially in the free iAtlas section there, which is just absolutely amazing there. So the right people come in and kind of populate and help build everything. I think it's absolutely amazing. But that is why it's not just me. And despite Alan thinking it's all him, it's also you guys there as well. Where are we? There. Can you show us? Good question there. So we can, but over on here, they are free. So if you join the free section, there is a free trial if you use the link in our bio, but there is actually a free tier which doesn't give you access to much, but it does give you access to the behind the scenes stuff. So we haven't done one on the dish and the radio setup yet, but we've done the studio, we've done pets as well, because that was the requested one. But the next one we're probably going to do is the camera for the live UFO Skywatches. So we're going to do that one next, and then I will do the dish and the radio side of it as well. The problem is I have to go up a ladder, and it's very cold and wet out at the minute, so I'm going to delay that one. But we will do it. So if you're over there, you should just hit the free follow. You should see that one when it comes up there as well. And okay, so our star seems to be in distress. She's released a massive free. Of the old coronal mass ejections there. Well, something's going on because they thought, didn't they? They had these solar cycles down. They thought they knew how our star was going to be. Go through these 10, 11-year cycles of activity. And at the minute, apparently it's thrown that out the window a little bit there. So, where does electromagnetic radio frequency get its extra energy to travel light years, or even more than the hundreds of miles without amplification? So, it does need amplification there. So, its distance that it will travel, the energy does dissipate, and that's why we have the background filters. That's why we have amplification and stuff like that, and why, if we were to get a signal from these distances, it have to be very, very powerful signal, because it doesn't need a lot of energy to travel these distances there. For results across the magnetic field at 25 to 30 hours, increasing geomagnetic activity, earthquakes and volcanic plume anticipated. Oh my god, does sound a bit, but we are so connected, aren't we, to our stellar environment and things like that. We just think we're here on Earth, unless something smacks into us, we're all okay, but it's an intricate ecosystem, isn't it? Why would it be any different than, on Earth? You've got things like the Gulf Stream affect your temperature, affect everything. Why would there not be an equivalent up there in the stellar sense as well? As well, and Emily, thank you for the heart, appreciate that. And it all goes back into the stream as well there, including this one as well. We did our recent deep dive, didn't we, on Friday? That was awesome, and it was a go through of our the recording of that is up now, so guys, you can go check that one out, watch that one, read through there. But it's a deep dive on the molecular biologist that claims to have worked on the biology, the cells, the genetics of the grey aliens, and it's really, really detailed. It kind of, you read through it, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it definitely like it made sense there. But it paints a picture, makes you understand the greys a little bit more. It's no longer just magic there, but we do a deep dive a couple of times a month, plus there's the other bits going on over there. And again, if you use that link in our bio, it's free for the first month there, so you better catch 2 deep dives. We've got another one coming up on the 18th, I believe, and at 11 PM UK time, and that's going to be another whistleblower as account there. We're talking about Area 51 and the UFOs and things like that, so join us for that and read through there. Again, it's free with that link, and you also get your stamps to complete your passports. It was a very technical article, but tracking it back, they are saying Andromeda is very interesting. I mean, it's got to be so hard, isn't it? Because you're trying to predict a gravitational interaction, another gravitational interaction, all the way through there to see where it might have bounced around. But it's amazing what they can do there. Oh, no worries, Ginger. But good to see you back in there. I hope you caught what we were saying as well, though. And it's great to have you a part of our community there. There is a slight spike on the hydrogen line. Yeah, there is. We've got that little ridge back again. Got to figure out what it is. We've had it a few times, haven't we? But it's been with us a long time, so therefore it is unlikely to be aliens, sadly, unless they're just sitting out there in our orbit, which, hey, it's a possibility. We've talked about that before, haven't we? We've talked about the Lagrange points and things like that. Very, very interesting as well. Did you manage to look at the video on my TikTok of the picture I took zoomed in from my window? If you sent it to me, probably, but I have a memory like a sieve. Was it your one? It wasn't the one. No, that was from the window. I'm having trouble. Sorry, Gingerbread. I would have if I've seen it. If you messaged me, I would have seen it, but I've forgotten now. There. Evening, Paul. How are you doing? And do you need a stamp, Paul? There. And Free Eye looks stunning now. Closer she gets to us, the brighter she's getting. Still tempted to do an early morning stream there. Was it the 19th that it's due by at its closest? I've got to see if we can do it before that, because I'm going to be travelling the 19th, but I can't do it early. Wonder if I can beat my record of the post today. We're going to have to keep track of that, aren't we there? Loving the stickers there, Marcus. Feed him. And remember, guys, we do actually have, if you like our little stream stickers, although I've lost them. Now, here they are. We've got a couple left in time for Christmas. Our stream stickers in physical form for your notebooks and things there. Tag, excellent, Ginger. Thank you. And it would be very interesting to see what the spike is and if anyone else is getting it elsewhere. So trying to identify what the interference is and the spike, the spike and that ridge there, no idea, because it fluctuates and we've got the same stuff on all of the time. I've not been able to deduce it there. Oh, for last night. God, I forgot about last night as well there. Oh my God, we're up to date there. But Marcus, oh, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Thank you for feeding Alan there as well. So yeah, if you've not said hello yet, guys, do say hello. Let us know where you're joining us from and how do you feel about the phenomena. Ah, Debster's back. No worries. It does drain the battery. But is there a local astronomy group to you? So I believe there is. And when I first moved here, I saw a little poster in like a coffee shop window, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect. I want to get into this. I want to start looking at the stars now. I'm in the country. It's before we were doing this." But they were kind of in this weird little hamlet outside of town. And I'm like, I'm not driving at the minute, so not that I've got time for everything there. But I'd like to explore it a little bit more. Still don't have a telescope yet, and I don't think I've been good enough this year for Santa to get me one. Chris, how are we doing, matey? How has your weekend been going? Does anybody need any stamps whilst we're in a lull? Does anybody need any stamps there? Guys, do make sure you are following if you're not already. I think you all are, but if you're not, yeah, do make sure you are, because we do something like this every night. So if it's cloudy, we're doing this, a live alien radio signal hunt. Or if it's clear, we are doing our alien UFO UAP Skywatch. It's all good, yes, Chris, all good. You know, I found myself a bit lost this weekend. I had a few jobs to do. And once I'd done them, it took a lot less time. And I was like, what do I do now? And I don't know if anybody else gets this. I don't know if anyone else gets this, but if I don't have a list of things to do, I get a little bit stressed with having free time. And then because I get stressed, I can't then think of things to do. Absolute nightmare for it. I have to plan in advance, which I'm also useless at with the ADHD. They had a UFO stamp for 2 weeks ago. It's difficult keeping track of everything there. Yeah, so anyway, we're doing our live alien radio signal hunt tonight. Searching the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the frequency on the the radio dial, or the channel on the radio dial, sorry, that scientists theorise we are most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. And we may have heard just that back in the 1970s there, the late 1970s, the infamous wow signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top of the screen. One of the best candidates as a potential alien radio signal there. Intelligent radio signal not from this earth, hasn't been disproven to this day, but it's not the only one. There have been other signals detected too, and that's what we're on the lookout for as well. Now, it is a case of right place and right time, because as the Earth rotates, our dish will sweep across the sky, hopefully passing over a star that has got a planet that's inhabited, and they're sending us a signal at the right time. But yeah, it's a bit of a lottery. It is those statistical odds. The more times we do it, the more our odds of detection do go up. But these distances are so vast there, so there is a chance that by the time a signal reaches us here from one of those far away stars, that it'll be so faint that it might fall into the background there, that line. And in fact, the background, let's have a listen to this one. Let's turn my music down. That is called the cosmic microwave background there. That is what scientists think is the leftovers from the Big Bang, the early universe there. Same as the static on your TV or your radio. Isn't it interesting to think that we're hearing maybe possibly the Big Bang, but it could fall, any signal could fall below that, so we wouldn't be able to hear it. And you'll see a red box pop up every now and again, and that is looking for signs that there is a signal in amongst all of that noise there as well. And Phrase as well, thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
Did we stamp you for feeding Alan? I want to make sure we've got you there. Sometimes you might have to be quite literal, guys. If you're doing the new thing and you need a stamp, you might have to say, no, we've already done you. Because I love trouble keeping track there. There. And me too, I always have a list, and if I need to take something with me, it has to be under my car. Yeah, like 100%. I have different bags for every situation. I've got an H and everything. It has like a full set I'm a sucker for buying like 12 different phone chargers, and one's in my work bag, one's in my going away for a long weekend bag, one's in my overnight bag, one's in the, because otherwise if I take it out one, I'll forget to put it back in the other. So I've got a kit for everything I do. I've got quite anal about doing stuff like that there. So it's a nightmare. It used to stress me out when we used to do the on location UFO Skywatches. I have to then disassemble all of my kit and rig for here, because it's different wiring, different kit for that, to then put it all in a bag, take it up a hill, come back down, and then redo it all. So I end up making sure as soon as I get back in, I'm re-plugging it all back in and testing it, so I don't then forget by the time I'm going on stream. I'm just so awful unless it's already there. Pluto, super early. Well, no worries. It's been good to see you, and so we'll catch you later on there tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow night. Maybe even a clear sky for a Skywatch. I hope you have a good day there. Brilliant having you in, Pluto. And what's your theory on the Atlas comet? Good one there. So, honestly, I was kind of, I bounced either way. There's so many good arguments, so many good bits of data, so many good theories that have come out. Every time I saw something going, yeah, that does look like just a comet, I'd see something go, yeah, but that does look strange. And then somebody come back with a why it's strange but not alien strange, and I kept bouncing like a ping pong ball with it. So I've kind of rested on the position of probably some sort of fancy interstellar comet, unless it does something obvious. There's something that a comet just cannot do there, like by far, which might not be a fair position, but I've actually kind of re-fallen back into that position a little bit. Not that I wouldn't change my mind, I'm 100% open to it being something a little bit weirder, but the thing that I can't get my head around, I can't think of a good reason for a alien or technological explanation to be outgassing that much material. Like whatever it is that it's the ice, whatever it is, molecules there that then are reflecting the sun, which is why it's so bright. I can only think of comet for that reason why. Now, it doesn't mean there isn't a reason why. That's just my limited understanding. But I think I want to. I don't want to see so much it's doing this, therefore alien. I want to see the explanation on why it's doing that and why it could be alien there, if that makes sense. There. Oh, Marcus is off. Well, good to see you, Marcus, as well. Should do myself, but I'm not going to. But thank you for coming in. We'll catch you hopefully tomorrow during the week there. Have a good day there as well. And the joys of being an ADHD. Yes, I know. Different back. Yeah, I have a kit for everything. Even if it's expensive, everything has to be like everything, and I'm a sucker for organisation. Like if I've got a case that has a compartment for everything, then I know if it's missing. It's a life hack there. Takes all of the questions out of it there. Still make mistakes though. I do the same with chargers. I call it being prepared. I was a scout. I'm going for that road now there. It's forward planning now. Forward planning. The amount of money that I've spent on doubles and everything. I go, do I really need this? Do I really need this? But if I didn't, I'd a much higher error rate, much higher there as well. Any activity yet? Only just some background stuff though. Nothing major at the minute though, James. Good question. And as well, I think Free Eye has been a good reminder that we know nothing about the universe outside of our galaxy. I think that's a brilliant point there. There is so many unknowns there. We think that we know most of it, but maybe there's a few details that need to be sketched out, and I think it's round the other way. I think it's totally around the other way there. Greg 88 to 108 FM is all you get. It's control, but so many frequencies to tune into. Oh, you are 100% there. So that's the FM range there for our your normal car radio, your home radio there. You get that very limited part of the spectrum. So actually, when we explain what we're doing here, we say that this top bit, now if you remember the old radios where you tune the dial in, that's what this section here is up here. Now over on the horizontal places, you can see it's a lot longer there, but because it's digital, it's actually, rather than the small dial you'd have in your car, this is about 6 foot long. There are so many different channels available out there, but they reserve them all for different things, so therefore nobody gets interrupting each other. If you've ever been on cheap walkie-talkies, you can talk and then your neighbour can come in, or somebody else down the road can interrupt your conversation. That's why the frequency band is all sectioned up there for marine traffic, for air traffic, for the military, for satellite communication, for our mobile phone phone spectrum and all that sort of stuff. They've all got their places that they're allowed to use, and that is why this is an interesting band down here, because this is one of the very few places, it might be the only one, but I don't know for sure, that it isn't allocated for anything's use. This is listening only. This frequency here. It's the only place where technology isn't allowed to transmit. They're under international treaty, so it helps us filter out those explanations. But you're right, it was only such a small part of the radio spectrum that we use for those other parts there, isn't it, Greg? And I want a kit for everything. Not having the kit gets in my way. Exactly. I'm glad, Kate, that you agree with that. You know, sometimes I am definitely one of the people that has all of the gear and no clue. But at least it eliminates the problem of gear. You know, I could tick that one off. Then I'm 100% sure that it is just a personal failing of why I'm bad at something. There. I need to get an organiser bag for all my kit coming. Oh, DJ, 100%. You know, like, and that's the best bit. So the missus... Hold on, I'm going to get her to bring it up. Hold on. Oh. This is when you know you're in a relationship, you don't leave the house. I have to scroll down 2 weeks to find the last time I called her. Hello, Stinky. Can you bring your ghost kit up? I want to show it off. Alright, there we go. I'm going to bring it up just to show you there, DJ. So Leanne's obviously... I mean, I'm interested. I've got questions in the paranormal side of things as well. But Leanne, that's more where our weird interests overlap. She's not as interested. She doesn't have the same UFO questions, hence why she's not always around on these ones. But the ghosty side of things, she is. So, yeah, she's started to put a very basic kit together there, DJ. But it's quite a cool little case. So that planning is the best part of it there. I, for no reason, want a handbag for my planner, iPad, water bottle and jug. That's not no reason, Kate. That's organisation, and I'm all for that. I'm debating getting a fourth bag. Now, this would be my work tote bag, which has a space for all of my work things, and maybe I'll become the sort of person that actually drinks from a water bottle. Maybe. They don't even have an... Well, they just need to get an iPad there. They keep losing. Well, if you had the bag, you wouldn't lose it, Kate. Slug's gone on it. Yeah, there you go. It's been attacked by a slug, but there you go, DJ. This is Leanne's ghost case. Did you want to? No, you can come back and show it off. There. Need new planner multiple times a year. I'm a sucker for field notes. Have you found those? There, and Benny, thank you for the gift there. That's very, very kind of you, and it all goes back into stream. Thank you. We've gone off a bit of a tangent. Leanne's going to introduce her ghost kit, but guys, if you are just joining us, we're doing a live alien radio signal hunt here. We are searching the hydrogen line, that's the yellow line at the top of the screen, and it is the channel on the radio dial where scientists theorise we're most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there message. So we're taking a brief interlude, we're waiting for those signals to come in, we've gone off on the ghost round here, but so this is Leanne's ghost hunting kit. So you want to show it onto the... Yeah. Is that... Where does that live?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's the other one, my old one, isn't it? So if I hold it, I'm going to tell them what it is. So it's organised.
Yeah, we got the phone stuff to organise everything. Sam helped me figure it all out. So we've got in here... This is my voice recorder for... EVP. We've got a mag light, a little tiny one. So the mag light is, there's a position where it's sort of in between on and off, and it said that...
Spirits can interact with it and then kind of flash it on or off there.
Yeah. We've also got an EMF meter, so we can search for EMF readings. We've got the green dots, laser grid thing.
Oh yeah, laser grid. You've also got a mount for that, haven't you? Like a little tripod and stand so you can point it at the wall. Is it? Oh, there you go. You have to do it behind me.
I don't think you can see it.
You can't see it with the green. Oh, you can do it on the black case.
Yeah.
There you go. Like, it creates that dots, but over a larger area, so you can see movement in the dark.
Yeah. And we got a tripod for it, and then this one is the spirit box, which is like
That's what we did the
Estes method on. When we did the Estes method, we used the spirit box to do that, and that was really interesting. And yeah, Ghosts are said to go. It's just a regular radio scanner, but it goes through the FMM frequencies really quickly, and Ghosts can...
Apparently,
yes.
Yeah. So you've also got some cat balls in there and some other bits. Have you put your charmy stuff in that you got the other day?
Here.
Oh, there you go.
We've also got an emergency protection kit. Because the more that I've talked to you guys, the more I've realised that sort of thing is really important, like being able to close off the connections and things like that. So when I was at my local craft fair yesterday, I bought an emergency cleansing kit, which includes a little bit of sage, some black salt, an amethyst, and a couple other
Just in case of ghosts in the house.
Exactly.
So it's what you need I need in the church 100%. But so we're actually, I'm going to my old man's, or we're going to my old man's for Christmas, but beforehand, later on in the month. And he's got a relationship with a very large church there, and holy water as well. Got it all there.
From Lords.
Should try chucking it at me, it doesn't work. But yeah, he's got a relationship with the church there, so he's access to this very large old church near where he lives. And we are going to go have a little explore in the middle of the night of that one. So I hope we'll possibly take some of your ghost kit. Oh, got the dowsing rods. Yeah, they don't fit in there though, do they? Oh, do you want to put that back in your kit? It's the backup recorder. So yeah, hopefully we can do it. I don't know if we'll stream it, because the church is probably not officially open for having it explored. What's all that noise going on? Are you? Oh, careful, because I think you're doing stuff to the laptop.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant you could hear the helicopter. Sorry, guys.
Bleeping away. So yeah, we might have a little explore at that church, and it's not been inspected, or what do you call it, investigated before. But very amateur in that side, I think, where generally, where's there.
Protection kit, did it go back in here?
I haven't got it, so the ghosts have already taken it away there. Do love a bit of kit there. You're leading the ghost hunt. Oh. Same stuff, getting the holy water. But you're also getting like the infrared camera and other bits like that, aren't you, DJ, and stuff there. But you've got to get a good case for it. You've got to get a good case. I found a company that will like laser cut your foam inserts and stuff, so you can get it all perfect. I'm like, it's bloody expensive, but it looks so cool. Black obsidian. I have to write that one down. There's it there, and I'm getting all that plus. Oh yeah, the infrared camera and the digital thermometer. Forgot about the digital thermometer there. I was trying to think of other things I could get her, but now this is the problem. Also, I love a good kit, but now it's like there's no room for the extra stuff, so we can't get the extra stuff. Pendant. Oh, I've got one. What saint? I don't know what saint it is, but there is. I've got some of them before. Some protection ones. I don't know how good they are as well there, but it's a good little thing there. Careful, Reese, but 100% there. Used to be hooked on the Ouija boards. They're real. So I've witnessed one of those once. I was in a room with some people at school doing it, and yeah, that stuff that came out with, crazy. Yeah, so but 100% careful with it there. The EVP side, yeah, the Obsidian's inexpensive. I'm going to have to remember that one. The EVP, see, I want to explore that a bit more, because I do a lot of work in audio. I really want to capture some and then like analyze it as well. I've got some very interesting microphones that would be really good for sort of kind of analysing the noise. I want to find like a haunted house that has like a notorious footsteps or something like that, then use these microphones to kind of really nail down some information about the audio. Are they in that room? Where are they coming from? Are they directional? I think that could be quite fun to do as well. Then James, thank you for the rose, appreciate that. It all goes back into the stream there. Where across, she's got a few bits, but I think you're right with it all there. And good evening, Joe. How are you doing? Got a helicopter going on outside. Should we check flight radar? It's probably the military. Let's have a look. Who is interrupting our stream? What the audacity? It is. Oh wow, they are right over the town. Bell Ranger. They are circling the town. Or maybe it's police. I don't normally get that round here. This is the country. Sorry, distracted there. The copper chop, it must be, yeah. I wouldn't wear religious symbols if you're not religious. Yeah, true. Although, I'll try anything if the situation goes bad. I was wondering, yeah, no, it's the old meat wagon of the sky flying around up there. There. Oh, I've missed a few for this over here as well. You having fun there, Tina? Oh, Ayup's back. No worries, Ayup. Did you miss the ghost kit, Ayup? But yeah, so Leanne's got some of the tools, and I've now got the stuff to do like a more, to stream it better, basically, because it's a totally different bloody setup to this. So we might explore that one a bit more in the new year there. Oh, you bowed out of it. Yeah, I mean, your mods, it's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah, we just need to... The difficulty is finding locations that are close enough by, accessible, and open late to there. And don't visit. How are we doing there? I advise you to not visit Egypt. So, I think you've come in before, and haven't you? Do tell us a bit more, because I've had this suspicion. I'm sure you're on a mission there with your title, but why? Why? And I've had the feeling that it might be a bit rough. That's why I haven't been. I don't like crowds. But why? Why shouldn't we visit Egypt? I'm curious. Yeah, as long as it's friendly, I think it's fine. Made vibes there. I mean, I'd love to go. Absolutely amazing things. It is on my list. Like, if I perish before I have been properly to Egypt, then I may 100%. I'll be sad man. But I just haven't got the effort. I'm getting to that age now where I get angry if people don't queue, and like my British monocle falls, and I drop my tea in disgust. There's just everybody queue. Look before you cross the road. Yeah, is it worth tolerating it, though, for all of the wonders that are there? Probably. Absolutely, probably. Why are we all like this? Why are we all cool? Hold on. Ooh, where's my... I was going to mention this actually. Community, could you do me a favour on somewhere? Do it in the next live tab if you have a second. You guys are much better with this. I don't participate with... I don't really participate with TikTok as a user, because I'll just be too sucked in by it. So I don't know the technicalities. I don't know the etiquette with some of these things. So if you know of the things that I shouldn't be saying that get us put in the little doghouse, can you put them in the next live section so I have a list of things that I shouldn't be saying over on there for us in the next live category? And then I'm going to try and learn until the end of the year to be a good boy and see if that gets us out of the TikTok doghouse. There. I have to learn the hard way, no matter what people say. Oh, where are we now? Yeah, no, the background signal hasn't changed, which is a shame. Should we check the weather for tomorrow? What are we looking like? Monday. Oh, no. Okay, Monday's not looking great, but Wednesday's a good night. What, Tuesday? No. Oh, no, Tuesday's possible. So maybe a Skywatch Tuesday, a Wednesday, and Wednesday. I wonder if Pete's going to be about on Wednesday. Maybe we could do another live on location. So there we go. Could be an interesting week for us here as well. Banana, hello. Thank you for the heart. How are you doing? Looks like you did you get a stamp the other day for the SETI? Do you need a SETI stamp, Banana? Or did you need the Skywatch? Can't remember. Let's double check for you there. Anybody else has not got their SETI stamps or their Feeding Alan stamps or their TikTok stamps, let me know. So we can do it. Hey, up as well. Thank you for Feeding Alan.
Thank you for the alien pets, guys.
Where is Banana? I want to check that you've got your stamp. Don't want you missing out. There. Yeah, you're right. These are going. I'm going to have to make up some sort of filing system for these. Oh, right. Come on then. I'm only halfway through. We're gonna get there. Ah, there you are, banana. All right. Ah, no, you didn't have a SETI stamp, so bit of luck. Where's the stamp? There it is. Boom. Banana. Getting your stamps in. Ayab, I think you have had your SETI stamp. We did that when you were on Twitch. Oh, damn it, I've said the word. When you're over there. I did both at the same time for those ones. TikTok, a pain in the ass for silly stuff. Oh my god, great, you're totally right there. Like in the summer, we were doing like 4,000 views and we would make 100 new followers a night, and I was 100 comments behind. Now I know the summer's more popular, but we're now down to like literally a few hundred views per night. So it's either everybody's got bored of UFOs or we're in the doghouse, but we're just not being shown to people. So we'll have to see which way round it is. Maybe they are bored of UFOs and me. I'm forever just going to keep myself in it. I think I need one of those electric shock collars there. Yeah, no, all good. I'm just trying to get through the all of the many passports. What? You can't reference Xmas? We're totally. They're just. I mean, they are absolutely ridiculous. Some of the bands that they come out with for you guys, insane, absolutely insane. Like the things you can't say the word. Actually, if I say it, even though it's simple, it's just so ridiculous. Kill their own platform. But anyway, enough of moaning about that, though. So, right, well, we're winding up now, aren't we? The last 4 minutes of our alien radio signal hunt stream. But we'll be back again tomorrow at 9 PM UK time, and possibly a Skywatch, although the weather is not looking like it's playing ball at the minute, so it's likely to be another signal hunt. But Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday is looking like potential opportunities for some clear skies. So most likely we'll be doing some sky watching then as well. So you'll be able to get those Skywatch stamps in, and then we're going to be doing, what else are we doing? No, it's going to be not this Friday, it'll be Thursday after, not this Thursday after. We'll be doing our next deep dive over here. Remember, you can join us for that one. It's going to be the whistleblower claiming to have worked at Area 51, talking about the UFOs, UAPs, and things like that. There, and you'll get a stamp for that and a stamp for signing up to that platform, but it is free if you use the link in our bio for the first month there. And new rules on what is acceptable only came in September. Up. Have you got a list of those rules by any chance? Do you have a list of those rules? Because I track our numbers as a product of work here. September came, boom. Just nosedived. Absolute nosedive. And I thought, it's like a seasonal slump there, but that would make sense if it tied in with some rules there. There's something that I'm saying there. Thank you, because that might be the difference there. So movie night is the last Friday of the month. That is going to be the 26th. But this is what you might mean here. So this Friday we might be watching The Age of Disclosure together there. So it's expensive, and you're all going to have to pay for it individually. But I haven't decided on the time yet. But yeah, it looks like this Friday we are going to be watching The Age of Disclosure in the evening before the stream, so it'll probably be a bit earlier. So we'll put it in the movie club as a sort of a secondary one. So if you do want to join us for that one, remember, hey, liking the sunglasses, thank you, Owen, that's very, very kind. You need a stamp as well for your passport. But yeah, we're going to probably do a second movie club for The Age of Disclosure this Friday, probably around 8. No, do it a bit earlier so we can get on the stream. Maybe 7 or something like that. But yes, you can join us for that one. But it's not the main movie club at this time. So many countries don't get this feed. Thank you, Greg. I don't want to focus too much on numbers and things, but a problem is I work with streamers and stuff like that. So I go to work and I deal with like big numbers, and then you come here, so it's always that little FIFA comparison. But I tell you what cheers me up, or like, you know, keeps me focused on the right things, is when I come in and we're talking and we're doing the stamps, and like everybody's having a good time and you're sharing your awesome information and stuff like that. And up there, you can't see it actually, one of our community sent me an absolutely lovely card, and I tell you that just, it makes me absolutely smile. So you guys, it's actually having that connection that I really do value. But I am a human, I do get distracted by numbers occasionally. So thank you, Greg, I do appreciate that. Do comments also affect it? I wouldn't assume so, but I don't really know there. Now, Owen, let's make sure you are stamped there before we come off, because I think you've got a passport. And Greg, did you want a passport? Did you want one of our stream passports? They're a free little souvenir that as you go through, we stamp you off all the different tasks, and then once they're done, we're going to post them out to everyone. The main question is the postage, though. We still haven't figured that out, but we are trying to make that free. Where is Owen? I know I've made you a passport. Right, oh, there, the blank ones. Right, there's banana. Debster, we'll finish this up. Lorelas. Phrase. OGV. Harko. See you there, mate. Owen. There we go. Right, Owen. So you've already got your TikTok one, but giving you a SETI stamp there. Did you feed Alan? Have you fed Alan? I can stamp you for that one. Ah, not yet. One alien pet, and I can stamp you for the Alan one. It feels a bit mean doing that, but we can do that. And Greg, I don't think I've done you one. I've not done you one, have I, Greg, before? I don't think I have. I'm in the 40s now, so it's hard to kind of keep track. Uh, 7, 12, 2, 5 there. So, Greg, I can stamp you for following us on TikTok, and I can stamp you for the SETI stream there. Thank you, Ayap, so much there. That may be the missing component for it there, because that is the only downside. I'm quite happy with our little community here, but what I do miss is every now and again you'd get somebody in that just had a fantastic first-hand account, and you know, that news cycle through, I learned so much there. So I'd actually love to make sure we can keep freshening that pot up of new experiences. It's going to keep it fresh for us all there as well. Have the Men in Black knocked on your door, or even about town? Not that I know of, but this town does have a history of it, of the UFO phenomenon and the Men in Black as well. And I only heard the other day of a local resident's story. Actually, they were in the chat telling us this, and it involved the Men in Black as well there. New skills to add. Yeah. I haven't got the basics on there. You're back! We get off here. We are. Oh, look, we're already running a bit late. So yeah, we'll be coming off now, sadly. There. Where are we over as well? Oh, you're still having your rainbow discussion over there on the tubes. So guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hopefully we've got everybody up to stamp. Everyone up to stamped correctly there. But yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow, 9 PM UK time. Thank you so much for hanging out, for sharing experiences, keeping me company, and helping me watch all of this. Your knowledge and interest too is greatly valued there. If you're liking and sharing, helping us build up our little community, we love you for that. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you're you know, also gifters, and you're on subbers and all of this as well, really appreciate that. Helps us improve the stream and what we're doing there, reinvest. So thank you so much for that one, guys. You are always as always a legend, and have a good start to your week tomorrow, and we'll see you all tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.